So sorry, but I can't stop laughing. I listen to all these people calling for unity, including the past bad Vice President Biden. So ridiculous. They have spent the last 4 years, and they said it before day one of Trump's administration, before Trump even took his position as president of the United States on last January 20th, 4 years ago. They have spent the last 4 years reneging, completely opposing and obstructing the administration's work. And today, without a certification of elections, without delegates voting, nothing happening, yet they're claiming Biden president and they want a chair into everything and so on. Biden is nobody until January 20th. And the fact is, the president, if I was President Trump, I would never, never, never concede this election. Never concede the election, because the last 4 years, that man and that administration have faced the worst ever elections I have seen. And from day one, they have faced, obstructed the administration in every way they can, with conspiracy, treason activities, everything they could throw out, from Obama to Rice to McCabe to Comey to every one of them, Pelosi kneeling in the Capitol. What a lack of respect for our Constitution, our highest offices in the country, and so on. And then here in our local officials, we have this idiot Marco Rubio, that he wanted to be president, but he said if he didn't get elected president, he didn't like being senator. So, my friend, you want to be commander-in-chief, but you don't like being a soldier. I don't understand you. Every time you come up with something, I call you pa allá y pa acá, porque you always bamboleando. You do something and then you go apologize and then you renege on it. You know, the worst thing that I saw happen was when Carlos Lopez Canteras considered or backed out of his running for Senate, because you came back and then you wanted to be a senator again. Our friend Carlos Lopez Cantera, a very decent individual, a good politician, the only guy that took over the property tax appraiser office here, and straightened things out with regards to the computer programs we were using, separating the office of the property appraiser through a lawsuit from the administration of the county and the county commission, because that's their money back. They don't want to give it up, and so on. And then he would have been a terrific senator. I'm sorry, when Jennifer Carroll had to resign because of her trouble situation with the advertising and supporting that other organization that stole the money from the veterans. She was also a very decent individual, highly qualified, and so on. And here in the county, they got rid of Lopez Canteras, giving him the office of lieutenant governor, to get him out of here. Solis took over. The first thing he did was dismiss the lawsuit from Lopez Cantera to the county to separate the tax appraiser office, because we have an elected tax appraiser who is an employee of the mayor of the county. It's just the head of a department. What kind of a thing is that? There's 67 counties in Florida, and this is the only county that operates like that. But anyway, election expert, now that he's been there, as a senator, Mr. Marco Rubio, bad Republican, and never Trumper, together with Cucaracha from West Miami, and all of the others who really say they represent us, but they don't represent me, unfortunately. We had a lot of respect and faith and belief, but I see, organizations like the brigade supporting somebody who is a real Castro lover, a student of Castro that said he was her mentor, her comandante. It's been rubbing off on our faces here. People who worked for the Cuban government for 20, 30 years actually were in charge of the security of Raul Castro and Fidel and all of these things. And then she brings them here and puts them on the television. But I can understand because she was married to the U.S., the ambassador to the United Nations from the Ortega criminal genocidal regime of Nicaragua. And then, they invested all the money they took from Nicaragua here in real estate, and she's in a bad financial default. And now her ex-husband says, no, he's defending her, of course, claro, and, it doesn't come bad to make a couple $100,000 a year being a state representative or a U.S. Congresswoman or something like that, plus all the underhanded shit that will go on. But anyway, Marquito, get it together one day, brother. Why don't you just, go really do a job? Go to FIU, get a real job, teach a real class, not whenever you feel like it, 1 hour class on Fridays with the Rio Moreno, for $60,000 a year when the FIU was firing or letting go teachers who had, who'd been there for some time because there was no budget. And then you got a $60,000 a year job, $10,000 more than you were making when you were Speaker of the House. Listen, I'm aware of all these different situations and circumstances. It makes me laugh when I see all of you experts. Let me tell you something. Miami is the nest of everything fraud. An election fraud? Oh, that's a toy play here for the big frauders, big time frauders here in town. And absentee ballot, mail-in ballot, being picked up by paid groups of individuals going to the elderly buildings and picking up the ballots, and we have people here who boleteros and boleteras who are experts on all that. That had nothing to do with being a campaign expert. All you have to do is to have a machine and the money to steal the elections. And many of our best officials here in town, actually, I think all of them have used boleteras. They have used some of we know who they are, lady, man, I'm sorry, one of them, I know him fairly well, he passed away too, and so on. But all these people, they run these campaigns the same way. There's no, come on, no political knowledge. I guess you elected and all that. No, Miami, and Marquito, you come out and say, oh, I didn't see any kind of fraud in this election. Come on, you know how it works. Don't give me that BS. And then you have Chris Christie. Oh, if you have the proof, if you think it was fraud and you had the proof, show it to us. Come on, Mr. Bridge. You forgot? You think people forgot that you closed that bridge in New York? You're a piece of garbage. You're all never Trumpers. Let's put it the fact. You're not even Republicans. You're not nothing. It's like you all belong to the McCain group. McCain gave us Obama because he was such a bad presidential material. The president candidate should have been Sarah Palin. She's got balls. She's got real balls. Because to be a woman and be the governor of Alaska with the billions of dollars in oil and all the oil companies in Alaska, come on, McCain spent 8 years bare mousing Obamacare, and then when the time came, what was he? He was a sold out piece of garbage too. Come on, on, McCain, egocentric piece of garbage, playing the last big role there, thumbs down. What? I spent 8 years bad mouthing. I don't know this. No legislators and no statesmen. None of you are none of that. Come on. What statesman are you? What legislator are you? You're legislating BS. What? You're negotiating behind the scenes with all these companies and all these lobbyists so you get donations for your campaign. Is that you're negotiating? What the garbage? Then you go over there and you make a statement, a big thing. What you do? You don't do nothing, man. Nothing. That's why we've been here 60 years. And then we had another never Trumper, Maria Elvira Salazar. Garbage too. Okay? What she done in the community? It's all behind the scenes, all the kind of self-enrichment, with Nicaragua, with Venezuela, with Castro, Cuba. Come on, Havana, Hanoi, Maria Elvira Salazar, please. And now you're the congresswoman over there. Well, you got a financial disaster. This is like a godsend to you. A couple $100,000 plus a year, at this time in your financial life. Wow, what a gift, So anyway, I just wanted to point some of these things out. That's why we've been here 60 years, because we don't know what the hell we're doing. Where is the political treasure of the Cuban exile? What do we spend here 60 years, like myself, coming here as a Pedro Pan and all this, and then you all selling out instead of, you got no guts, you got no balls, traveling to Cuba, doing this, that, we had a guy go to Cuba dancing over there, Malecón, like Bielito Perez. Come on, man. And these are the people going to represent you. You don't represent me, never. Not even my goddamn soles of my shoes. You're garbage, And you're garbage, you don't get together. And you know what happens to garbage? Well, goes to the dump, And then you all get dumped. You know why? You're at the top of your game because you're nothings, You're nothings. I know that. You might not know it yet. You think you're big time. You're not big time. And Marquito, forget about being president of the United States. You got man, you had a grand opportunity, going out there because you were a boy toy, going over there, giving all these speeches, traveling around, being this. But, you went traveling around out of the country with, who was it? With John Kerry? Or, all these guys too? Oh, they were the ones that were teaching you foreign politics? Have a good evening. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. Be careful. This is no game. The pandemic is a bad thing. Careful.